of maintaining daily discipline. What does it take to be able to become disciplined so that step by step you can get to your place of desire, especially if you are in business? In this video, I'm going to walk you through 3 ways that you can make that possible, because I believe that in terms of getting to where you are, being able to get to your business to where you want to be, being disciplined is very important. So if we haven't met before, my name is Beatrice Yakubu. I am the founder of Simply Family Business, and what do I do? I help you as an entrepreneur to market your business and then to get the buy-in of your child to be able to support you to do that effectively so that you can grow together while you are also impacting entrepreneurial skills to them. Now, in terms of maintaining daily discipline, there are 3 things that I'm going to talk about, which is your plan, having a plan for your day. That's number 1, and being focused. And then number 3 is being persistent. So let's unpack this one after the other. Plan. I mean, everyone knows that in order for you to have be effective in anything, you've got to have a plan. There is a familiar saying that if you don't plan, you are actually planning to. If you fail to plan, then you are planning to fail. Of course, nobody goes into business or even in life in general planning to fail. No, I think there was. I was listening to Pastor Otabel, and he said he was talking the analogy of planning, and said if you ask young people, so for example, you go into a secondary school and you ask young people what they want to be, majority of them would actually be enthusiastic about what they want to be, and indeed they will tell you how they want their life to pan out in the future. But give them 20 years, 25 years, and go back and ask the same question. In fact, you would find variation of different achievements along the line. And that is also down to the fact that people don't plan. Because if you are not planning, then you have no pathway, basically, to follow. So having a plan, a general plan is useful, but daily planning is also very important, because I often find that when I don't have a plan for the day, the time just passes, because it's not structured, basically. So you wake up in the morning, and then one thing after the other, and before you know it, the day is gone. But how you can get hold of your day, because when the days are going and constantly going, and that's just your life, you being matured with birthdays come and go, and then before you realize, you haven't actually achieved the things that you said you would achieve in the next 5 years. So in order for you to have that kind of discipline, in order for you to really be able to work towards those things that you have to have or you desire to have, you need to put a daily plan in place. Number 2 is for you to focus. Now, it is not okay for you to just plan, because yes, everyone has a plan, or many people do have plans. But when you then plan, you need to focus on this plan. So, for example, if you have a day, if you write that I'm going to create videos, for example, like I'm doing, and of course, you are not putting like hours, time limits to it. So for example, I would say I'm going to take 2 hours to create a video, so plan and then record videos. Now, if I don't put a number of hours to it, guess what? The Pareto law, the time would expand to feel, or because you are just going to be dilly-dallying, basically, and before you realize the day is ended, even though you had a plan in place, but because you haven't focused, it's going to not happen. And I'll just share an example of this morning. After I did my before I came on this video, I just had a phone call and the number looked strange, so I picked the call. It took some time. It took about 10 minutes to talk about this person, about membership that my children want to join. And that's it. If I started off before I went on, if I had switched the phone off, which we always say do, because if you don't, it is always a distraction. At least this person would have called again, but at some point, sometime, and I would have been able to get on. I mean, that wasn't a big distraction, but I can guarantee that in the most of the time, especially those of us from the diaspora, you get one phone call and that's it. It's like it's just constant, and your day never seems to you never seems to get hold of your day. But the only way that you can succeed in what you do is to be disciplined, and the discipline would be for you to actually keep a focus on the things that you plan to do. The third and last but not the least is to be persistent. Now, in terms of being persistent, I think that is where most of us fall off as far as our progress is concerned, because you cannot just start something one day and it will happen. And unfortunately, when we are looking at videos and we are looking at YouTubers and we are looking at celebrities and we're looking at influencers, we see that their rise to success or fame sometimes seems to have happened overnight. And for that reason, we have that mindset that, if I start this and it's not happening just like at a click of a finger, it is not working. No, it is working. You need to be persistent. That's number one. And also you need to be celebrating the milestones that happen along the way of you be achieving, because the point is that you can't just achieve at once, or the things that you want to happen at once. There is this saying that in order for you to become what you have never been, you have to do the things that you have never been, that you have never done. And in terms of you doing the things that you have never done, when you see the slight changes in how your persona is, or even slight rewards to the things that you are daily focusing on, that is where the persistence comes in, because then you kind of celebrate the fact that you are achieving. And sometimes it's actually subtle how you achieve, but you just need to look back every now and then so that you can realize that actually I am not where I was last month. I'm not where I was 2 months ago, and so on and so forth. But you have to be persistent, because otherwise there are so many things that would tell you that you are not actually getting to where you are, and indeed, or your own expectation will be so high that you will just discount this progressing forward, and then just fall back. And of course, whether you take action in achieving your goals or not, time will still pass and you will still be where you are. But if you maintain the discipline, if you have a planning in place, if you focus on the plan on daily basis, and if you become persistent, I guarantee you'll get to where you want to be. And as a business owner, you would get to have that successful business that you've always dreamt of. Thank you so much for listening, and I will come your way once again. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and yes, I do appreciate you, and turn the notification bell.